You know what? Eventually I'm going to like run out of story times, and I feel like this video is going to be like a good example of what lies ahead. Hey guys, it's me, Brandy, and I'm back with another video. Prepare yourself to not be entertained. I was kind of like at work today, and like, don't you know how something like kind of triggers your memory? I was thinking of like this ring that I had last year, and I started thinking about high school. I was like, do I even have any like jewelry or stuff from like high school? And I was like, no, I don't. And then I started thinking about my socks. One day I wore these long like knee-high like socks, and I remember my teacher said something to me about them one time. That teacher reminded me of how like all my teachers used to hate me. I just want to go right into the story time. So back in high school, like I'm pretty much the same as I am now. Like, I'm just like this kind of quiet person, like in person. That's a weird sentence. I'm just like really laid back, reserved, like to myself. And I was thinking about it, I was like, why did my teachers hate me so much? And as I was reflecting on it at work, I figured it out. Back in like my junior year of high school, I had this one teacher, and I'm gonna call her Miss Workout. Miss Workout, she taught like history. In the start of the class, I was like really attentive. I was a really good student at the beginning of the year, first semester, and that's because it was like kind of talking about like slavery and like the building of America and all that stuff. So I was interested in the topic. That connects to my ancestors. Like, I'm interested. As like the semester went on, like I became less and less interested in her class, and so I started to do not as well. That really pissed like Miss Workout off. Like, Miss Workout couldn't stand that I had gone from like an A student to like a D student or something. Like, she really could not stand my nonchalant attitude. For class every day, like, we have a reading assignment, and before we start the class, she would give us questions on the reading assignment, and then she would like kind of go over what the reading was about. So this one particular day, like, I hadn't done the assignment like usual, and instead of like, you know, quickly reading something beforehand, I decided to just like write back what she had just said to us. I like rephrased it a little bit to make it look like I knew what I was talking about, but ultimately I just repeated her words. So I get this assignment like back to me. She comes up to my desk, she's like handing out the papers back to us. She takes my paper and she just like slams it on my desk. I'm like, what the fuck? My hair came out of place. And like in big letters she wrote, "You didn't even try. All you did was repeat what I said." Like, this woman was so mad that I had the audacity just to give her words back to her. At least that shows I'm listening in class. Like, what's the problem? Another thing I did that would like annoy the hell out of Miss Workout, I would come in late for class. Now, I didn't come in late. I didn't come in late on purpose. What had happened was, it's like I had gym before her class, and gym was like on the other side of the school in the basement area. So like the locker rooms were like in the basement. So I had to like change whenever I brought like my uniform. We'll get into that next. Whenever I would come into class late, she would say, "Where's your late pass? Why are you late?" Etc, etc, etc. It wasn't that late, guys. Like, I was probably like 2 or 3 minutes late to this class. And I would tell her, I'd be like, "I don't have like a late pass. Like, I can't really do anything." And I started to like ask my PE teacher to like give me a late pass for this class, but he like refused to give me one because he hated me too. She would just keep towing on and on about this freaking late pass and make like such a big deal about it. Thinking back on it, I'm just like, nothing really happened. Why did I even need a late pass? Because there was like literally no punishment whatsoever for being late. Like, as the school year went on, like, she increasingly, like, her hatred for me like just rose to the top. So this one particular day in class, like, I'm not really paying attention as usual. She's like talking, giving her beginning of the class speech and then like her question, and before she can do that, I just look at her, and I start running through my mind. I'm like, what does she remind me of? Like, this whole semester I was like, she looks so familiar to me. But then at that moment I remembered, instead of like keeping it to myself, I decided to blurt it out loud. "You look like Sarah Jessica Parker." And like the whole class is like, they pass like pauses, and they're like, "Oh my god, yes you do. Like, you look like Barry Bradshaw, girl." It's like, "You look like that bitch." Like, I don't think she took that as a compliment, because she got so mad. You know how when your jaw like locks, like when you want to say something so bad, just like, "Oh even know why you're mad, like really, because like, girl, you're 40 something, like you know what you look like. I mean, I don't think anything's wrong with the way Sarah Jessica Parker looks, but you literally had 40 years to understand what you look like. She didn't take my little comment too well, and it just kind of perpetuated her hatred towards me. A couple of weeks after that, we had this test. And when I take a test, like I'm always like the last to finish. Whether I do well or I do bad on a test, I always finish last. Like, so I'm like the last one to finish, and I'm writing down like my last sentences for like this essay. And one of my classmates, he's kind of like sat right next to me. He like whispered something to me, and I didn't quite hear it at the time. What he had said was, he was like, oh, you need to hurry up, like the class ends in 1 minute. And I didn't hear what he said, so I turned to him and I said, what? When I did that, all I heard was like this screeching from like the left side of my face. What do you think you're doing? Like my head just like snatched. Ooh, who's in trouble? Like, I love the tea, I love the gossip, I love the drama. And I looked to the left and I realized she's looking at me. What's going on here? I mean, good enough. And I realized that she's looking at me, and I'm just like, what am I doing? And she was just like, there was no talking to this test, and during this test, like, what in the world do you think that you're doing? To her, and I was just like, all I said was what? My classmate to the right of me, he was just like, I was just trying to inform her like that we were out of time. As soon as like he says that, like the bell rings, everyone starts like slowly packing up their seat, but like giving her like the side eye, like what the fuck? Why is she losing her shit? It's from that day on, like she would just like eyeball me while I do my test. Like, I'm like, ain't nobody trying to cheat in your class. Like, you teach US history, some shit we've been taught since kindergarten. Let's get into this PE teacher shit. As you guys can tell, like, I'm a chubby girl. Like, I'm just like a fat girl with a camera. In high school, I was the same. Now, as like a fat kid, like, obviously me and PE don't go together like that. Like, we not friends. This was like sophomore year. The first one, let me say that first one was junior year. Sophomore year, we had a requirement of like taking PE. PE to me is one of the most irrelevant classes you could ever have in high school. It's not like you're really learning anything. You play volleyball, like, and then like maybe tennis, and then we had like other shit. For me, it would be one thing if we were like looking at sports teams and like seeing why somebody lost and then like why someone won, and then trying to have like matches ourselves and then being quizzed on it. That would be physical education. And because of this class was so irrelevant to me, I would forget about it every single day. We had class every day, 5 days a week, and like every single day I would forget about it. Because I forgot about it, I never remembered to bring my wardrobe. Like, I don't know how I managed to forget I had a class every single day. Because I never brought my gym uniform, and because I didn't really participate, my teacher didn't have the highest opinion of me. But I think this one particular day, I think after this day, he felt some type of way towards me. Don't you know how in high school, like, you have to do like the mile run? Today was the day we had to do our mile run. And I'm trying to remember, to have my uniform. Yes, for once I did bring my uniform, because the teacher had been making like a big deal out of it like all week. Like, this thing has to get done, like this is a big part of your grade, whatever. Yeah. So we go outside and everyone like starts running. And me, like, being like the person that I am, like, I'm not running for shit. Not gonna get me to move my legs in this manner, you know? I was walking casually, and like as I was walking, I remember that I had like my iPod on me. So I remember taking my iPod like out of my bra and just like holding it in my hand and just like putting my headphones in my ear and just like walking around. Everything's going fine. Like, I'm like on lap 3 at this point, and most people are like finishing while I'm on lap 3 because I'm walking it and they're running it. I have like another lap to go, and I decide that, you know what, I'm tired, so I want to sit down. So I decided to just like sit down on the bleachers for a couple of minutes. I also have this habit, which I have today, where I like clean under my nails, which I need to do right now. Hold on. I see it's like dirty under my nails. I'm gonna clean it. So I'm cleaning under my nails like this, and I'm like putting my nails in the sunlight. Then I'm realizing, you know, I've been here for a couple of minutes. Like, I might want to like do this and walk. So I'm like walking around the field, and I'm singing. At the time, Lily Allen's album just came out, and I'm singing to myself, and I'm having a ball. Ooh, I'm having so much fun. I'm like riding through the city in my bike all day because the filth took away my license. Looking at my nails. In my mind, like, I didn't realize how rude that was. Like, I had like no clue at the time. Everyone's actually actively trying to like do their assignment, I guess PE assignment, which is to run around a field 4 times. I'm over here walking and singing and looking at my nails, like, and then sitting down on bleachers. Looking back on it, like, I can see why he hated me, but at the time, like, I was just like, what's his deal? Like, why is he so salty? When I finally finished, because I was the last one to finish, like I always am, all assignments guys, and my teacher's face, like, he is so mad, but he's like more of a like quiet, keep to myself, and just like fester mad. Fester is such a nasty word. Fester. My friend's over here, she's looking at me like, Brandy, really? He was like, oh, this bitch is disrespectful. And it was disrespectful, but like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, I had fun. So like, it doesn't even matter. So yes, that's like a huge reason why he never gave me a pass. I had him for weight training in junior year, and so he would never give me a pass. Like, that's the whole reason this guy would not give me a pass. Junior year, I was the same way, same nonchalant person, listening to my iPod, not working out, like never bringing my uniform. I was just like in my own world. They were having all these like I hate Brandy thoughts, and I'm over here like, oh, that's nice. So anyway, that was like my boring ass story time. I wanted to mention this one teacher, but technically he didn't hate me, he was just fearful of me. I can get into that story time later. Maybe I'll do like a get ready with me video. It's not even like I'm good at makeup, it's kind of like I just want to have like a chit chat, and I think every now and then I'm gonna do that. I will see you guys next time, and thank you for watching. Bye.